What is going on, guys? What is going on? Welcome back to another episode of Wrestling with Conversation. I believe this is episode 7, 8, I'm not sure. So basically this is episode 9. And the only topic we actually want to be discussing is that everybody discussing out there, and that is CM Punk. Now, before we can actually continue the video, be sure to hit that like button, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell for post notification. I upload shorts, I upload reaction videos, I upload podcast episodes weekly, every day, weekly. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about CM Punk. Now, I actually got something pull up real quick. Now, everybody's talking about the deleted story that CM Punk has discussed it. Now, I was at work. So apparently he had responded to a claim by Dave Meltzer on his message board on Twitter about CM Punk refusing to lose against Jon Moxley on August 24th, 2022 episode of AEW Dynamite. That was actually CM Punk's first match back in AEW after he broke his foot in June, and it ended up being a title unification squash match, in which for Jon Moxley to win over CM Punk. And I was actually very upset and disappointed about that, because to be honest, I'm actually not a fan of Jon Moxley. Now, I probably was a little bit a fan of Dean Ambrose, but Jon Moxley, I was not a fan of Jon Moxley at all. I mean, y'all probably liked him because he was a hardcore wrestler back when he was, in the Indians or whatever. And then CM Punk then beats Jon Moxley in a rematch at All Out to regain his AEW championship. I'm guessing this is where Jon Moxley was going to take a vacation, but unfortunately, CM Punk had a lot on his chest that he wanted to talk about, alongside with Tony Khan beside him. So this all led to CM Punk and the Elite to have a backstage fight, which led to CM Punk current absent from AEW. Now, I don't believe nothing Dave Meltzer says. I don't do none of that. Everybody was talking about why, the match between Jon Moxley and CM Punk was fake. I mean, not fake. Why was it cut short? And apparently, from what Dave Meltzer said, CM Punk agreed to it, but he changed his mind. So I don't know what they had. So unfortunately, apparently CM Punk told his side of the story on Instagram. And he made he made comments against Jon Moxley. He made comments against Chris Jericho, Tony Khan, and, his own boss, Tony Khan. So this was actually funny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a photo right there so you guys can read as well. You guys probably already went over this, but I still wanted to go over it because I thought maybe it was interesting to go over it. I wanted to give my opinion on it. So this is apparently what he said on Instagram on his story. He said, "Sigh," and I quote, "Sigh, I wasn't clear to come back to wrestle yet. The plan was to wrestle at the pay-per-view All Out. I sat and listened to Jon Moxley Rocky's 3 idea. I explained how I never seen a Rocky movie, and I thought the idea sucked it. But if the boss wanted to do it, whatever. He said he wouldn't lose to me. Jon Moxley said he wouldn't lose to me. I never experienced someone refusing to lose to me. I just laughed. I asked Tony Khan, if this was what he wanted. Tony Khan says yes. He's the boss. So I said okay. But I needed to be clear first. They kept saying it could be a squash match. It could be a squash match. So I didn't need to be clear. I scoffed at that. My health is more important. Dave Meltzer is a liar. Chris Jericho is a liar as well, and a stooge. There was plans, but plans always change. I will never put a company over my health ever again." And now It looks like, and before I actually give my opinion on it, it looks like Chris Jericho is to be one of Dave Meltzer's sources and rumored to be against the idea of CM Punk ever coming back to AEW. So I would guess that CM Punk calling him out for feeding a garbage story to Dave Meltzer. CM Punk claims that John Moxley refused to put him over and that Tony Khan pressured him to come back even though he was injured. Even though he wasn't medical clear, Tony Khan pressured him to get in the ring, which can actually cause him his injury to be more damaging, right? And it's funny because this is actually very sad, and it makes the character of Tony Khan and his professionalness, very pathetic. You got one of your top stars, CM Punk, he's injured, but you trying to hurry up and get the belt off of him because the fans online complaining about CM Punk or, not defending his championship, or they complaining about it. What it's called? What's it called? What's it called when the championship's injured and they have another championship? I'm trying to see. Okay, an intern champion. You got the fans complaining about the intern champion, CM Punk not defending his championship. But Tony Khan, this is very unprofessional. So Tony Khan, Chris Jericho, John Moxley are apparently supposed to be one of the three of the most powerful people in AEW. So the fact that CM Punk is criticizing them in this kind of, way doesn't really show that his potential return to AEW is going to be anytime soon. Now, I'm going to just be honest. First off, I do agree with CM Punk all the way, 100% all the way. I never thought Chris Jericho or John Moxley was one of those guys to, be all what they believe to be, right? I mean, of course they could be a good character on TV, but let's be honest, guys, we don't know how they are backstage. We just don't know how they are backstage. So for CM Punk to say all of this, I mean, yeah, you got people saying, but why he deleted if it's true? Maybe his agent, maybe his family, maybe AJ Lee said, listen, you said what you said, now just delete it. What are we going to gain from this? We ain't going to do nothing but just cause more trouble. CM Punk tired of, people putting dirt on his name or whatsoever, right? And he finally want to have a say. And when he finally say something, you guys, shit on him. Or you guys, oh, well, he just a crybaby. And look, I always been a fan of CM Punk. I always been a fan of his theme song. And according to BC Amplified, I didn't watch AEW because I was at work. But apparently CM Punk's face was on a trailer truck and the Young Bucks covered his face up. I mean, at this point, this is immature and childish. We all grown people. We all adults. And you guys sitting there covering his face up on the trailer. And Tony Khan, I mean, I knew this was going to be a huge mess because Tony Khan lets people run his company. He got people as VPs or however you said, vice president, or you got people running under him. Why do you have your employees being, like a vice president or a co-assistant to your company when they gonna get that ego in their head? Now, I'm not gonna lie, CM Punk, he got cocky. He got, he thought he could do whatever he want because Tony Khan was obsessing over CM Punk. He was kissing his ass. He was, doing whatever he wanted for CM Punk to stay, to make CM Punk happy. But in reality, AEW is what CM Punk wasn't truly looking for. Let's just be honest. AEW was not right for CM Punk. And the reason I said that, It's because I feel like he joined AEW out of spite to get back at WWE. He thought maybe if he take WWE down, then, you know, WWE probably will want him back, or they will apologize, or they'll feel bad for treating him wrong. And I didn't think Tony Khan would do that. AEW, that's what CM Punk got away from. Because CM Punk wrestled even through his injuries, and Tony Khan has the, you know, galls to do that to CM Punk, your top superstar. You wanted to force your top superstar to wrestle just to get the titles off, just to shut the fans up. You pleasing the fans. You doing this, and this. And I'm not 100% agreeing with Vince McMahon, but sometimes I'm glad he doesn't listen to the fans, because at the end of the day, some fans are fickle and they don't know what they want. So honestly, I hate that CM Punk lost passion. He lost faith for wrestling. He lost that passion in wrestling. So honestly, I think it's just time for him to hang it up. Would it be cool for him to go to WWE? I don't even know. At this point, he can't even wrestle anymore. He couldn't even jump over the apron. He said it in the AEW scrum. I'm not making fun of the man. He said he's tired. He's broken. He's feeling miserable. You know, he's tired of kids. He's tired of working with kids. The man is miserable. He thought maybe one more run would help him what he thought he made. He thought one more run is what he thought he needed to end his chapter. But I don't want to say it's just him, you know. Every bridge he gets on, it burns down to the ground. I mean, I feel like he should just, you know, focus on him, you know, find that smile that will make him, you know, wake up every day and just smile, you know. But if you do things out of spite, you mess up. And I feel like if you do things out of spite, you're going to, okay? Do things out of spite. Do things for you. But anyway, guys, this is what I think. Be sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. You know what? Actually, I actually do want another thing to talk about. I feel like another thing I asked you before I exit the video. I really do feel bad for CM Punk, because, like I said, he do deserve, you know. Look, I don't know the man person. I don't know Phil Brooks. I don't know who Phil Brooks is, you know. I know CMPUNK. And CMPUNK might have seemed like a jerk to y'all, but like I said, I was a fan of CMPUNK. And, you know, that's why I really lost faith in AEW, to be honest. That's why I stopped, you know, talking about AEW, because when I did, you know, AEW review, whatever, they gave me a copyright claim. They gave me a copyright strike. They gave me my first copyright strike. And I'm not saying that out of business or whatever, but Tony Khan got to do better. I don't even support AEW, to be honest. I support AEW because people like Powerhouse Will Hobbs, you know, Butcher and the Blade, Adam Hangman Page, you know, Stu Grayson, you know, Private Party, you know, Ethan Page, maybe MJF, you know, just certain stars like that. But it seems like Scorpion Sky. But they never on TV, so there's no point for me to tune in on AEW. If they are on TV, they either losing or they just in a squash match. And I feel like, you know, if you use these guys and superstars like Sky Blue, like you keep putting her in squash matches against these unsafe professional wrestlers, she gonna end up not having a career, not having a future career. And it's kind of sad to do this, because I really have faith and potential in AEW. But it seems like it ain't getting nowhere, because it's always squash match. It's always, you know, like I said, squash match is always, you know, flips and dives. There's no storylines, you know. It's nothing for me to stay intrude in it. And the AEW fans are worse, man. They are worse. Look, if I lose subscribers for this, then that's fine, you know. Hopefully for those who agree with me will stay. But they got the worst fan base. You can't disagree with AEW, not for one time, not for 1 second. You will get trash on. You will get talked about. But unfortunately, that's it for CM Punk. I don't even think he's coming back to AEW. And for those who say, oh, well, it's just a storyline, man. It's just a story. Stop being a geek. This is real life. This is real man. This is, stop being a geek. And if you actually truly a fan of CM Punk, then you would know it's just time for him to hang up. This man barely had 10 matches and he had over 2 injuries. He barely had 10 matches. He barely had over 10 matches. I mean, this guy couldn't catch a break. I don't know if, like I said, I truly believe everything this man said. I really do truly believe everything this dude said. I really do. And Chris Jericho, I might have been a little bit fan of him, but he always seemed like an asshole to me. I'm just keep it real. He always seemed like an asshole. So, but with that being said, I'm gonna let you guys go. I try to stop swearing because swearing is not good, but I have to get this off my chest, man. And hopefully, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Again, if you agree or disagree, let me know down below in the comment section. Subscribe, hit the bell for post notification, hit the like button, and I will see you guys in my next video or next shorts or whatever I do next. But until again, God bless you and you guys be safe out there.